Kadishka guys, Nexas here. Welcome back to Destiny 2. And in today's video, we're back here with more sort of vendor roles to review. We did Zer yesterday, obviously selling a beautiful Trials weapon. Oh my god, if you haven't got this, guys, Zer is selling it. Glitched Zer, by the way, he is glitching there. So you gotta glitch to him to get it, but oh, it's sweet. But today we're going to be looking at another vendor who has got a bunch of roles on this Tuesday reset. And of course, it's going to be this stupid guy who's just shouting in my ear in the background called Banshee 44. And what he's going to be selling, which is really interesting. The rest of the roles are okay-ish. This one's actually not bad. Box breathing, 4 times the charm. But the best role and a god tier bow that he is going to be selling is going to be the Arsenic Bite 4B. Now, this bow is a really nice bow. I know a lot of people, lightweight frames aren't their cup of tea because it doesn't do as much damage. People are obviously going to go toward the point of the stag, your wolf tone draw, which is new as well. But the Arsenic Bite, this is like a guaranteed just god roll. This thing has a really sweet one. Rolls wise, what it has is agile bowstring, so increased handling speed and slightly increased stability. You got the polymer string as well, so increased actually slightly faster draw time. So if you want to drop your draw time by a good bit, it's actually really sweet. We're gonna have the arrow, compact arrow shaft, or you will have the arrow, which is gonna be natural fletchling. Man, I hope I said that right. Traits-wise, though, we've got the two daddy traits. This one is what makes this a god roll. It's going to be Rampage. Kills this weapon temporarily, grants increased damage, stacks 3 times. Always dope on a bow. And with it will come Explosive Head. Arrows explode after a short delay. Honestly, PvE, and that's where we're going to be playing. Of course, I could go into PvP, but this is one for the PvE homies, boys. I'm pouring out one for the PvE homies. They never really get the full-on reviews they deserve. But this is going to be a PvE masterclass. Explosive Head on a bow is so good PvE, especially when you pair it with Rampage, because bows generally PvE ad clear. It's like, oh, you get wood, you got to shoot the Nexas, there's no penetration. But with the Rampage and the Explosive Head, you can kill 3 of them with the bow straight away, and you get the Rampage stack to the max to start doing some insane damage. It will come with a draw time masterwork as well, so you can further increase how fast you can shoot. This would be Legolas basically. I do have a bot and everything. I'm going to stick on the minus spec as well, just so I just destroy red bars and stuff like that, and just keep on getting this ad clear going with the Explosive Head, the Rampage, and all these other perks. But yeah, as I said, we're going to go into some PvE with the Arsenic Bite, show you what you are missing for a bow in PvE. So without further ado, let's go into some dares with the Arsenic Bite 4B. Alrighty, so we're going to be going into dares of eternity. I know usually, as I said, we usually do PvP and stuff like that, but look at how much. Oh, we're starting off well, boys. Look at the one tap and everything. Obviously, this is going to be the L, but this is what I mean when the Rampage gets going. You can just start to absolutely beam things. I know I usually do PvP, but you can see that like I'm not a PvE main, considering I'm top 3 Dawn Blade in PvE. It never comes off, boys. The helmet and the top 3 Dawn Blade always stays on, okay? That's the rule. But you can already see why this is just so sweet in terms of this DPS and everything. There's the explosive going, and you can see you just get the Rampage stacking so well. Look at this for ad clear. As a bow as well, because bows generally, they do really good damage. And the fact that you can kind of get this stack with the Rampage, it's just really nice, and do all that extra damage to everyone in the surrounding area. That's what I just love about it. Like, this bow, honestly, it's just an absolute god roll for it. I think obviously there's gonna be people who just like obviously use the wolf tone, because this is lightweight, which I understand people don't really like, but it still kind of claps. As I said, the explosive is so good on this sort of bow. You can even just shoot at the floor if you want. Now you can stand on it. Shoot at the floor, shoot at the feet, do whatever you want with it. But this thing is just PvE, it's a masterclass. What's honestly really nice about this one is that it's actually a bow that came out like year 1, which is just like, it's surprising that we still have actual weapons that have survived so freaking long. It was one of the first bows to come out, and as I said, it's just a really sweet perk, sweet bow. As like, look at the damage and everything. Bows in general PvE, they are really good, and people kind of just sleep on them because obviously they're not great for ad clear. But that is what makes this so special, is that when you get a bow that's good ad clear in terms of, you can see it has the explosive and everything, so it can kind of go in. It just works out so well together. It's just a beautiful combo, and that's why honestly this would be for me the best, like one of the god rolls for PvE, 100%. I know people as well who would rather obviously the Dragonfly, because Dragonfly is good for ad clear as well. It's personal preference, honestly. You can go for Dragonfly, or you can get Explosive Head and Dragonfly, which is pretty cool. It legit is up to personal preference, but Arsenic Bite is one of the best weapons to use PvE. It's just like the damage is just so nutty, and with the Rampage stacking on it as well, it's literally like the set roll that we used to have, but it's beautiful. Honestly, just so sweet. All right, well, boys, we're going to get some taken coming in here, but we're going to do some juicy-ass damage instead. Bows in general, they're honestly just a ton of fun, too. It's not even just about how well they do in PvE in terms of DPS and stuff. They're actually just really fun just to hit dome sweeps with. I mean, especially when you get the Rampage going, you can start one-tapping everything. And if there is an arc burn going, of course, this will be doing a lot more damage. Look at all that explosion. They're all just getting freaking blown up. It's just really sweet, especially when you get the Rampage going. As I said, it's just overall a really nice bow. And when it comes to bow mains, people who use bows a lot, you're gonna love this one. I know wolf tone draw, and there is other like kind of higher damage sort of impact frames and stuff like that. I understand that. But this was just really sweet in terms of the speed. If you want to just spam it, like you can do this stuff like this and just absolutely spam the explosions at people, and it actually does some decent damage. Look at all these rank and files that we can just absolutely annihilate. It's just so much fun. I mean, honestly, I don't think you'll ever ask anyone in PvE, do they have fun if they're not having fun if they're using the bow. I mean, I don't think there's one person who will ever say, I had no fun. Because bows in general, I said, they're one of the funnest weapons you could use in PvE. It's just absolute Legolas stuff, especially with Horizon Zero Dawn coming out soon, guys. Come on, you gotta embrace your inner alloy. I mean, come on, or Aloy, whatever her name is. But it's just fun. As I said, the explosion as well. You can spam it too if you really need to, if you get like caught up close and stuff like that. It obviously is inaccurate and everything because you're not drawing or whatever, but you can just spam it. And look at all these ads just getting freaking annihilated. Just die, boys. More ads gonna spawn. Look at the DPS. These all get shredded. As I said, it's actually it's so good as well. You can start one-shotting these things as soon as you get that rampage going by tree. The rampage by tree is honestly just so freaking sweet on it, especially when you have the explosion. As I said, once the explosive hits all three of them, that is it. You are Gucci for the extra juicy damage. I mean, it's just a really nice bow. As I said, PvE, it's one of the bows that makes a viable PvE because you can deal with ads. I think that's like the biggest thing people kind of look for now. All right, where are we going? Please give me Cabal this time, game. I just want... Is it actually Hive again? Are you serious? Man, every time I do dares, it's freaking Hive. I can't review the weapon in dares a freaking Hive ending because everything just needs to be sorted. I know sword logic is up today, is it? Durandal's Edge. Yeah, great. Freaking Durandal. Come on, don't give me a Hive anymore. Well, boys, this is probably going to be a very quick ending to this review because, as I said, this bows in PvE or bows in the ending fight isn't really that great. But you can even see against these big-ass red bars because I have the rampage going. It will do some decent damage. As I said, the explosion as well, it's just good for staggering too, which a lot of people don't, well, you don't really notice it much in PvE as much, but even if you go into PvP and this, the double flinch is actually really nice. But bows in general, you probably want to get that DPS in straight away because it's got to be so time to kill. Unless you're really freaking good with them. But generally speaking, I think bows in general, especially because this is lightweight frame, it's just really good for ad clear and everything. You can kind of spam it as much as you want. It has a highlighting scope too, which is honestly really sweet because just highlighting in general is just a really nice added bonus for being a weapon. Altogether, ad clear wise, potential wise, damage wise, it just has everything going for it. The only thing it doesn't have is it kind of is a lightweight frame. So even though the draw time is superb, it's just, yeah, the damage isn't going to be as high as other bows, of course. But for your standard events and for your bog standard PvE things, like even nightfalls and stuff like that, you will be able to slay out with this, especially if you want to be doing piercing on targets and stuff like that. To be able to explode and pierce at the same time is really sweet. What the hell is going on? Oh, the Hive, guys, the Hive are coming. This witch has some freaking goated goat a cloak on or something like that. But yeah, that is it for the Arsenic Bite Instant PvE. As I said, we're going to do only PvE because this is for the PvE homies. This is where it's going to be at its best and everything. But generally speaking, this Arsenic Bite, it is a super sweet roll. I would definitely say if you're on a Banshee anytime soon, it costs nothing. And it's just nice to have a good lightweight frame bow that's at a god roll. I would definitely keep it in the vault if I had to. Well, that is it for me and the Arsenic Bite 4B Banshee god roll. I will say it's a god roll, honestly. It has all the desired perks you kind of want from the Arsenic Bite. It is a bow in general. I know people will be like, yeah, but Archer Shempo, that's for PvP, guys. This is for the PvE homies. As I said, we're not usually one not to go in and dabble into PvP, but this is a purely PvE god roll. It will work out in PvP, don't get me wrong. You can go out if you want to slay with this. The explosive head is actually kind of nice for flinch and everything, but generally speaking, lightweight frames aren't the best disposed in PvP because obviously the Monarch exists. Hello. But PvE, I will say, definitely pick this up, especially if we do get the barrier freaking champ. Okay, we don't have the barrier mods now. We got disruption, but you don't have the actual the anti-piercing, which would be really nice if we get next season. What it has is really good draw times. It has really good ad clear potential, and it's just really fun altogether. As I said, it's not always about which gun. It's just absolutely top tier slaying meta DPS wise and everything. Some guns are just made to be fun, and the Arsenic Bite is a ton of fun, especially with this roll. Once you get the explosive going, you kill like one or two. With the rampage, this explosive and everything starts doing a lot more damage and everything. You just see all the odds just delete themselves. They just disappear with a rank fob or minor spec on as well. Honestly, the Arsenic Bite, pick it up from Banshee if you do like your bows, or even if you don't really use bows that often. This is definitely one to keep and keep in the vault, because if lightweight frames, I mean bows in general, if they ever do become tippity-toppity meta, the Arsenic Bite with this roll will be one of the best. Honestly, this thing does slay. And I said, it's like 30 shards. It's 100% worth getting. But regardless, if you like the video, just like and release some more content, subscribe. Fantastic day. And hopefully you'll see the next collective in the next one.